As homes become offices, cyber criminals are preying on the COVID-19 pandemic. Is your family and company more vulnerable to hacking? Here with the answers is Ryan Olson. He's the Vice President of Threat Intelligence. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. First of all, what are the most common cyber threats to a remote workplace?
The most common threat we're seeing for users right now is phishing. That's where the attacker sends an email to you that contains a URL or an attachment, which is intended to steal your information or compromise your computer. And what we've seen change with the COVID-19 pandemic is that the theme of the emails that the attackers are sending are now related to the virus itself. We've seen this change over the last few months where initially the emails were about the virus and about how to prevent infection. And later we saw emails that were about how to get masks and get access to hand sanitizer, as well as emails about how to get a stimulus payment from the government. But the common theme was that if you click the link or you open the file, the attacker was trying to compromise your system and steal your data. In March, we actually identified over 100,000 domains that have been registered using COVID-19 related themes. And they weren't all malicious, but a significant portion of them were highly suspicious. They were being used for scams. And a small number of them were actually malicious and they would harm your computer if you were visiting them.
Oh, wow. So they're finding new bait for people. What about some of the lesser common cyber threats that we still need to be aware of?
We see lots of different cyber threats, including attacks against your home routers. Attacks carry ransomware that encrypt your files and try to hold them for ransom before where you have to pay a ransom to get them back. These are all really common, and we haven't seen a drop-off in different kinds of attacks. What we have seen is people focusing on things related to the pandemic because they know that everyone on Earth is interested in this topic all at the same time. So if they want to trick someone into clicking a link, that's the one that they're going to choose.
Yeah, certainly a hot topic right now. Talk about some of the safeguards that are needed to make sure businesses will be secure from some of these cyber threats.
Yeah, I've got 3 tips for home users who want to help make sure that their data and their company's data are secure. And the first one is protecting your password. Your password is really the keys to the kingdom for an attacker. They want to steal that so they can use it to log into your accounts and steal your information. So keep that password secret, but also as a company or an individual, enable 2-factor authentication. Those are those little codes that you get, 6 or 8-digit numbers that show up on your phone over a text message or through an app, and they're required for you to log in. These are really important because if an attacker does steal your password, but you're using 2-factor authentication, they won't be able to log into your account unless they also have your phone. The second tip that I have is to use your company computer for company work and use your personal computer for personal work. Try not to blend those two together. We all use our company computer to check our personal email and things like that when we're at the office. But now that you're at home, you should try to avoid blending that too much. Your company has controls on your company laptop, which help keep it more secure, and they're just not the same on your personal laptop. The third tip that I have is to update your home router. That wireless router that you're using to connect all your devices to the internet can contain vulnerabilities that might allow an attacker to come in and compromise your home network, which could then be used to compromise your company and your personal computers there. So keep it up to date, help close those vulnerabilities, keep your current work network much more secure.
Yeah, you talk about working from home, which so many people are doing right now, but you still have to be proactive to protect that info now that we're using our personal devices to do that work on our home network. I just want to make sure I'm understanding you.
Yep, you absolutely want to be proactive and you want to follow the recommendations that you're getting from your company. Just as one example, a lot of companies are using what we call VPNs, virtual private networks, to securely connect a computer at your house to their company network wherever it might exist. They can do this securely through a VPN and they can monitor the traffic coming in and out of the network to make sure there's nothing malicious happening. A lot of users have these on their laptops and sometimes they choose to disable them because they feel like they're slowing down their network connection. Leave them on as much as you can. Make sure that the company is able to inspect that traffic and prevent something malicious from getting in and possibly compromising your data.
Okay, good information right there. What about fake websites? Do we have to look out for fakes?
Absolutely. So many fake websites exist right now because everybody is seeking information about COVID-19 in one direction or another. There are fake websites that are fake pharmacies, effectively selling different kinds of cures, but really just trying to steal your information, steal your credit card data, and lots of others that just contain misinformation, but are displaying ads and other ways trying to make money. There's a lot of fake websites out there right now, and everyone should assume when they receive information on the internet related to the pandemic, they should be suspicious of it by default. Just assume that what you're seeing could be some sort of scam, and you want to be as careful as possible when you're clicking on links or opening files.
That's good to know. And you mentioned, changing passwords and really making sure that you're protecting the keys to the kingdom. What can you do at home to really make sure that you are protecting all of your information that you put out there?
Absolutely. So it's very important that you keep your password secure. I recommend that people use a different password on every single website that they use, so that if one of those websites is compromised, their password can't be compromised and used somewhere else. And one of the best ways to do that is by using some sort of password manager. There's lots of them available, and you can use them to generate secure passwords, store them securely, and then simply call them up at the moment that you need them to authenticate to that website. Passwords are certainly one of the biggest vulnerabilities that we as humans experience when we're dealing with things online. So the more secure you can be about your passwords, the better off you'll be.
All right, Ryan, and I will say now that my kids, they have their laptops and they're doing work from home, I'm telling them don't click on anything that you don't trust. That's my other piece of advice. I want to thank you for sharing some of your tips. I will definitely keep them top of mind. Ryan Olson, thanks.
Thanks for having me on.
This interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.